Hey guys, we're back for game 2 of Rattlesnakes versus Rising Stars. My name's Purge, I'm here with Blitz. Let's get into the game. Now keep in mind, this is a best of 3 here. We have a 1 game advantage for Rattlesnake. It's a pretty solid advantage. One more game, and they completely eliminate Rising Stars from the tournament.
Which would be such a shame considering how well they played this entire tournament. Last game played a little bit stiff. Not really what I expected out of them considering how well they played yesterday, but hopefully they're able to pick it up this game. I mean, maybe it's just the first game jitters. They get it out of the way. It is kind of nerve-wracking considering you're playing for your tournament life.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of things just didn't quite go their way last game. I mean, they got the haste rune on Gyrocopter for the easy first blood on the Bat Rider. They kept getting kills bottom, but then things would swing around other ways with support TPs and stuff. Maybe their play was a little too greedy, which resulted in those problems, but I felt like they did a relatively good job. It's just at some point the game was just one-sided, and there was nothing they could do to stop it.
Yeah, maybe the coordination looked a little bit off, but if they can tighten that, I mean, if the Nyx ganks had failed, at least one of those 2 times, I think that game could have been really different. Because once you lost those heroes, it looked like they just gave up all map control from there. But Rattlesnake actually going to take out Nyx for themselves this time, and actually going to pick up that mag really early.
So not only do we not see Magnus very often, but they actually grab him in the first round right off the bat.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a reason for them grabbing him so early? I mean, it's so weird to say that, but grabbing the Magnus in your first pick.
I mean, it's still a useful hero. I still think it warrants a first 3 pick. It's just a little weird to see him not pick so consistently. I think now you have to incorporate him into a strategy, whereas before you could kind of just pick him as an all-encompassing hero.
So you say like, oh, if I RP 4 guys, we win the team fight. Doesn't matter.
I just RP and then we win.
It's like Magnus plus 4 supports. Doesn't matter.
Before you could just RP like 2 heroes and then you won a team fight. Plus you make your carry so strong. The bubble hands. I don't actually know what the spell is called because I call it bubble hands so much.
Let's give this a check. Empower.
Empower. Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue to refer to it as bubble hands in the cast because I have terrible short-term memory.
I think my favorite joke about Empower is something Pierre Flax did in one of his videos where it's like you just give them compliments so that they feel really good about themselves. You're like, you look really nice today. It's kind of similar, and then it gets reflected with their cleave damage and bonus right click. So
Keeper of the Light being taken early here. And you know what comes with Keeper of the Light?
Possibly a banned Phantom Lancer.
Yes, I'd imagine so. And maybe Rattlesnake. I mean, they picked it as the last in the last 3. So I think, I mean, I'd imagine they are anticipating not actually getting the Phantom Lancer. Maybe just picking the hero, just because they think it's a pretty good support hero, especially against. I mean, it's still a pretty good support hero, just because all of his spells are useful.
10 seconds.
Blinding Light in the late game, especially coupled with the recall.
Yeah.
The Mana Leak.
5 seconds.
Can't miss anti-mage with it.
Mana Leak's really good against Darkseer too, just because whoever he surges, you just Mana Leak
and usually Darkseer's gonna have mana problems going into the late game, at least slightly, because it does cost an insane amount of mana to do a full combo. Vacuum's like 190, Surge ends up being like 50 late, Wall of Replica goes between 200 and 400, I believe. So Mana Leak is honestly not too bad. The hard part is, in my experience, is getting Coddles to the late game. With still having levels, because you're easily the squishiest person on the lineup. If you don't have Blinding Light, you have pretty much no way to shut down somebody that's trying to kill you, other than like hoping your allies will cover you.
I do like the synergy between Keeper of the Light and Magnus, even though there's no discernible one.
The blast.
You keep the blast going, and you extend the game so much that you force Rising Stars to kind of just get impatient, and that's where Magnus strikes. And you can extend the game so long that you hit a game-changing RP, and then you kind of just win the game.
What about Anti-Mage? I feel like he's like the anti-game delay hero, though.
Kind of.
They're like, hey, you want to delay the game? He's like, okay.
He's not immune to being RP'd, though. Nobody is.
But he does have Spell Shield. Spell Shield's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I guess Rattlesnake right now doesn't really have a whole lot of physical damage, aside from the Empower.
Do you think Rattlesnake is going to pick, like, a Anti-Mage counter, or do you think they're just going to do more of a pushy strat to try to beat him before it hits 3 AM?
We're gonna just get really puntastic in this.
How can I not say 3M in an anti-mage game? Come on.
I can buy that, Kevin.
It's a Manta style joke, by the way, guys. When you get Manta style, you then have 3 anti-mages to say.
See, now that you have to explain that, oh god, that's such a Purge thing to do.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, I want to explain something really basic. I'm just looking out for you.
This is why joke funny.
I am just looking out for you little guys who are just watching Dota for the first time. And
I didn't understand that joke, so.
Did you actually not?
Of course I did. Alright, anyways, you are so patronizing. We're going to see the Shadow Fiend ban out from Rising Stars, alongside with the Jug. Pretty good heroes to ban out. Clockwork actually going to go the way of Rattlesnake to ban out. Just a really good hero, too. He is really effective mid. Actually does really well against Magnus and Keep the Light lineups, just because, well, for Magnus, you can just stop him from RPing. Catch him in the back, and for Keep of the Light, you can initiate upon him and not let him just
Run.
cast the blast. I say actually a lot. I just realized that.
You just force him into a bad situation and shoot him with the batteries.
Shoot the batteries at him.
It's pretty, yeah, he's pretty good against Coddle. Nyx Assassin as well. I mean, if you can just keep Nyx Assassin separated from the team fight, not being able to move is actually a huge deal. Just because it prevents you from lining up your stuns. And when you have a line stun like Nyx Assassin or Sand King or Lion or something like that, landing the stun on multiple heroes makes it exponentially better. And can really swing team fights big time. So, but that's not going to happen. No Clockwork this game. Cogs as well would have been kind of annoying as well. But Gyro is going to be the last ban, so they ban 3 carries. First pick goes to Rising Stars now out of the second round. And they've already got their support Shadow Demon, so they need a mid-hero, and they need a second support or a jungler.
Yes,
What do
definitely.
they go with?
Rubik is still an option here.
That's true.
Leshrac is a hero that's couples fantastically with Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? It sounded so weird in my mouth. Fantastically. All right, let's do it again. Kind of just reround.
I don't know if that's a real word.
Reround?
Is that a
Rewind?
Alright,
Okay, there's
just
the
stop
Leshrac. At least
talking.
I'm right.
Yeah, you're right. Doom actually gets picked up, so they're going for a sort of counter against Anti-Mage. You cast Doom on Anti-Mage, and he cannot blink for a while. It does disable his mana break as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually one of the most all-inclusive skills in the game. Doom like disables passives and evasions, a lot of passives. There's very few skills that stop passives. You can't use items. It's like you're gonna stop fighting for 13 seconds. On the bright side, Anti-Mage doesn't take a lot of damage because he has spell shield, but even still, kind of a little bit of a counter. Maybe he'll grab like a Shadow Blade or something and go for early Anti-Mage kills. But I feel like it's gonna be tough. I don't know. He's an okay counter against Anti-Mage in the fact that he can stop him from blinking and escaping, but Anti-Mage hits a really strong point around the time he hits Manta style, and I feel like Doom has trouble right there against him.
Yeah. Doom has no armor. He has a really limited mana pool.
And Anti-Mage does a lot of physical damage because of mana break.
Yeah, and also the spell shield does quite well against it too, so I don't think it's so much of a hard counter.
How do you feel about that Drow pick? I'm not a huge fan because of all the melee heroes that Rattlesnake is working with.
It does let you push though, and it is quite a bit of damage, and it gives you an extra silence, so you're not just necessary on the you're not just relying on the Doom.
That is a good point. It would help him against the Anti-Mage bit. So
it means the Doom can doom other people. Like maybe if you can get the Darkseer before he gets any spells off, that would be actually almost more useful than getting the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, that's actually completely right. Stopping Darkseer from vacuuming, usually you need like an Orchid or a Sheepstick or something. It might be tough because Doom is fairly short range on his cast like any other typical hero, but alright, let's take a look at the players quick. Let's see who's playing who. For Rattlesnake, or I'm sorry, we're on Rising Stars, excuse me, they're down 0-1. If they lose this game, they are out of the TI3 Eastern Qualifiers. Arrow's playing Night Stalker, we've got Mofi on the Leshrac, XDD is on Darkseer, Zhao Tuji is playing Anti-Mage, and the last player on their team is going to be Super playing the Shadow Demon.
Yes, and for Rattlesnake, we have Lan M going to be playing that Magnus. Icy, the Drow Ranger. Kabu going to be playing the Nyx Assassin. Sag Heart M, or just Sag, or also known as Neo, going to be playing the Coddle. Or Keeper of the Light, I'm sorry. And Luo going to be picking up that Doom we don't actually see too often. And he's actually completely decked out in items. That's why they picked the hero.
Yeah, they're like, we wanna show. Man, he looks really baller in his portrait. Have you looked at this? Holy crap, he's holding his sword like, I'm gonna block lasers with this.
Rattlesnake is like, alright, which one of our heroes is most decked out? Let's compare inventories, guys.
Dude, he's got like a tail piece or something. That is insane. That is a lot of items, man.
Yes, and he's actually just gonna check the top rune, finds an illusion rune.
Dude, they got cosmetics on everybody. What's
he
going
also
on
is
here?
going to... It looks like he's going to solo, anticipating the Darkseer going to be solo top here.
Lan M misses his block here, lets one creep through. I don't think he did this on purpose. We'll see. It's
Definitely didn't.
It's up against a Night Stalker here, so he's going for the fast bottle build, as is Magnus, and this is not the best place. On the bright side, it's melee versus melee, so this isn't going to matter as much as if it was range versus melee, but actually initiation on the bot lane. Great triple impale here by Kabu. Disruption on Keeper of the Light, actually, and he's running for his life. He kind of ran a weird way.
That was pretty crazy.
Why did he run to the left? Are you as confused as me? It looked like he saved him completely, and he just did this. This was like his walking path here. And his base is definitely this way.
Oh god, Luo taking so much damage. I was gonna say, Doom, maybe crazy cool counter to Darkseer, but then I realized that Darkseer can just Ion Shell himself. And I was like, no, this matchup is actually a nightmare for him. You can eat the Ion Shelled creep, but the downside is he just kind of pulls and does this.
Dude, the
and
sword.
XDD should actually get every single creep from now on, being able to creep skip. And if Luo isn't careful, he can actually just Ion Shell the creep and himself and just dive him.
Dude, this Doom sword is a custom animation.
Does it really?
It's pretty sick.
Oh, he's got the Unholy Aura. Look how much he HP regens.
That's a really good point. I mean, 4 HP per second, pretty good creep to pick up when you're constantly going to take some harass from Ion Shell, so that's going to help him a lot, actually. Sentry being placed down, yep, there it is. It's going to be found by Rising Stars here, so they will be able to start pulling in about a minute as the creeps spawn. The Shadow Demon's looking for setups with the Leshrac. Will they grab anybody? They might be able to grab Drow. Nope. I love that. As soon as they realized that the Drow Ranger was that threat, the supports went aggressive again, and they went closer towards the supports because they would rather die than their Drow Ranger.
Definitely. And XDD, he's got 10 CS already, doing quite well for himself. Though actually is 9, surprisingly enough. And
it's because he's got Devour, man.
He's going to double Ion Shell now. Maybe picking up a bottle.
Something really cool about this lane. He can just devour the Ion Shell creep every time.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So cool. Oh, did you?
Do you not listen? This hurts my feelings.
I've been trapped, guys. He knows all my secrets now.
Kind of just zones me out, but XDD gonna do. See, I was saying that too, but then XDD just Ion Shells himself.
I see. I heard that part. It's always all right. So in future pretense, just say the first 4 words twice, because I don't pay attention to the first 4, and then I technically hear everything that you say. That's how we need to change our relationship right now.
Is that what you want to call it at this point? Yeah. But anyways, the bottom lane gonna just be forced out. Keeper of the Light. Just kind of blasting the waves repeatedly. Dro actually not being able to get any farm, and he looks like he's going to get picked off here. Maybe getting the disruption.
Oh, that blink.
Blocks him off.
That was so sick. Blocks in Icy. Throws the sounds, actually. He's going to try to get the support. I love his juking right now. Great decision making from him. Blast goes through. Super taking a lot of damage. Can Icy turn? It doesn't matter, actually. One more hit on Super. He's going to survive with 20 HP. He's healing up quite a bit. Kabu blocked again. Xiao Tuji using his hero's pathing so well here. Draining mana on Kabu. Blinks through. Great split earth as well from the Leshrac. And they're going to get a double kill in the bot lane for Rising Stars.
What a fantastic juke. But
that
Keeper of the Light does pick up the blast. I mean, Xiao Tuji with that blink block was fantastic. And then from there, the Shadow Demon creeps. Or not the creeps. The illusions that spawned. Doing well for themselves, too. And
Blink's aggressive.
Doesn't... the Devour doesn't come off on cooldown enough for him to be able to do this.
He is maxing out. He actually tried to Devour. That one messed it up. So he's going to lower his GPM a bit. But with Tranquil Boots on top of this, plus the Unholy Aura, it's really not that bad. He's getting a lot of mana or HP regen. He's got Scorched Earth. I thought this was going to be a lot more one-sided, actually, because most melee hero matchups don't end up very good, but his base damage is also pretty good. It's not the worst thing in the world, honestly. 19 CS for him, 15 for the Darkseer, so I don't know if Darkseer's doing weird stuff. Like, I did see him pulling, maybe lost some CS that way, but he's actually behind the Doom somehow, and Doom is getting extra gold because it devours. This is going quite well for him.
That creep owns. He's got 8.5 HP regen a second, essentially negating the damage that Ion Shell does. And XDD, getting forced out of the lane, does pick up his bottle, and has the Sage's Mask as well. So maybe picking up the Soul Ring on top of that.
He's trading here with the Doomringer. I don't know if this is actually cost efficient for him. He doesn't have Tranquil Boots himself, so Doomringer says, okay, whatever, I'll trade hits with you. That's going to be a Tranquil Boots out of me. Not a big loss. Tower actually ended up attacking him directly, which is going to cost him a bit. But he hits level 6, and he actually has kill potential against this Darkseer. Tranquil Boots make you pretty fast. If he doesn't take too much player-based damage, it's okay. But if he can actually Doom on the Darkseer, he won't be able to Surge. He can chase him down with right clicks and Scorched Earth, then maybe get a kill.
Yeah, he's got Shockwave as well.
It's pretty mana expensive, but the damage isn't bad.
World. He does have a 7-charge wand.
Level Death would actually be more efficient, by far.
Doesn't have it, though.
Yeah. That would take a skill point. He's probably maxing out Devour, I assume.
Yep. Just trying to get any advantage he can at top. Land M just trading farm with Air here, who is winning, as expected by the Night Stalker. So much base damage on that hero, 73.
Yeah, compared to the 71 Magnus. He's actually, they're pretty close. Okay, it's 75 at 6 and 6. He picks up his ulti. This is a really, really early Night Stalker ulti. It's a little uncommon to hit level 6 with Night Stalker before it hits nighttime. So obviously he's been lasting very efficiently, hasn't left lane to grab runes too much. If he wants to grab a kill on Magnus, he can. Does he have the silence? He does, actually. So he can actually try to kill the Magnus if he wants to, but he's going to hold off for a bit.
The thing that worries me for Rattlesnake right now is that the Dro only has 6 CS, and they don't have kill potential in that lane.
Yeah, they really don't have very good kill potential. It's kind of weird that they ended up going aggressive against this. I mean, as they make mistakes, if Anti-Mage keeps getting kills, it's going to put him towards the Battle Fury even faster. And the earlier he gets the Battle Fury, the earlier the jungle farm gets insane and allows him to just take a win.
Luo is doing quite well for himself at top, but this doesn't actually seem like a very good trade, considering Kabu is level 1, and he's got 1 creep experience right now. Keeper of the Light, level 2, not doing too much better. Dro, level 3. I mean, look at Kabu's level. That says it all pretty much.
And
Super's actually about to hit level 4 soon.
Air's coming top, the wave's being pushed as well. Darkseer's actually really low on mana. He doesn't have an Iron Shell for 13 seconds, but Nightstalker coming. There's the slow, as well as the Iron Shell damage from the creep. He's getting quite low. Look at the HP regen. He's actually surviving this. I can't believe it. He's going to doom somebody. It's going to be on the Darkseer. Will he be able to grab him? The tower shots, the creeps. He actually throws a shockwave. He gets the kill before he goes down. Nice play by the Doombringer. The heal really paying off there big time.
Yeah. Darkseer not having enough mana to do anything about that, and that HP regen. The shockwave paid off.
It did. He used it.
He got a kill before it, so he gets the XP for that. Doing quite well for himself, but at the same time, he does die. And that was the kind of one thing that Rising Stars or Rattlesnakes had going for them. I'm going to mess that up so much because both of their names are RS.
No. Man. It'll get better with time. One of them gets eliminated right now, so I don't even feel bad about that because then we won't mess it up anymore, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Beachy Gaming changes their name.
Yeah, they're like, guys, we got a new sponsor. It's now whichever team lost.
Raging, wow, that was gonna, the S was gonna be, okay. So Doom gonna come down here and TP down.
It's not the right word choice.
You didn't know what I was gonna say.
I actually did.
Why is that the only thing I can think of that starts with an S? This is the worst. Okay. I'm so sorry for getting off track. I'm the worst. LANM actually gonna rotate top or bottom down too. Gods is now singing to me from the kitchen.
Totally
Rising
normal.
Stars totally knows this is coming down. The ward was in position, a little too close, and Doom actually going to go for a mech really soon.
He doesn't actually have Doom just yet. Mech pickup is pretty interesting. His mana
pool. Going to TP down. Is he going to surge forward and try to vacuum?
It's only level 2 though, so it's going to be hard for him to catch people, and he's going to have to back off. The mech pickup is going to make Doom really strong. It's going to scale him better, but he's going to have some mana problems. Like, Doom in the early game is a little weak in terms of mana. On the bright side, he doesn't have any levels of level death yet, so that means he can focus his whole mana pool on basically just casting Scorched Earth, Doom, and mech. And he will have enough for that, but if it is an elongated team fight, he's going to have mana problems. If Anti-Mage right-clicks him, he's definitely going to have mana problems. So it's going to make him really strong for now, but I feel like this is going to hurt him in the mid-game until he starts scaling. His int gain is great, but for now it's not so good.
Anti-Mage's comparative farm doing quite well for himself. 39 CS at 8 minutes, considering the fact that he was offensive tri-lane. But, I mean, the offensive tri-lane has done absolutely nothing to hinder his farm whatsoever. Icy has 11 CS at 8 minutes, barely breaking 1 a minute, not even hitting 2. I think Kapu's hit a level. Nope, still level 1. That's a 9-minute level 1 Nyx Assassin. What sort of impact is that hero going to have as a support? Yeah.
I missed the first 4 words again, of course, but holy crap, it just hit me. Level 1 Nyx Assassin, that is insane. We talked about this last game. They put Nyx mid so that he can get some guaranteed EXP. Those level 6 ganks are going to be so delayed, and he can't even combo with that many people anyways. I mean, I just feel like Rising Snake's lineup is pretty passive. It's hard for them to snake kills. It's basically going to center around Magnus and Nyx entirely. I mean,
did you hear anything you just said? You said Rising Snake's lineup is going to try to snake.
Gosh. I'm sorry. I'm so flabbergasted from the level 1 Nyx Assassin.
It's pretty insane, though. Just the fact that you don't actually see Nyx as this underleveled. I actually can't make fun of him because in the defense I was level 4 against EG at 20 minutes.
Well, he's got 11 minutes to hit that mark, and then we'll see. We'll save the hate for later.
Then somebody will take my spot, but Zhao Tuji not being pressured at all, and the pressure is actually just going to come from the Nyx, who is level 2, so not much for him to worry about. Doom's probably, to kill him, they're going to have to rotate the Doom plus 1 hero. Normally it'd be the Drow would be enough, but that guy's level 4.
Yeah, I feel like the Drow pick was just really not the best choice. Oh, they're actually going to jump on Lua here. Iron Shell's on 2 heroes. They're going in double Iron Shell on him. He does have mech. He's going to have to pop it in a second here, but the Silence is giving him some time. There's a Scorched Earth. More regen coming up. Some slow, and Doom actually on Darkseer, but his HP is so low, 200. Air will back off again, changes his mind. Wooly, he's looking for the ulti. He's going to skewer through. Looks for it, grabs it on 2. Great plays from LANM. They pick off the Darkseer. Can they grab Air as well? The creep's not able to block him in since he has phase boots. Another slow arrow, and he needs 1 more shockwave to guarantee the kill. Air's going to start juking. He does have a TP scroll. Where is he going to decide to nuke? The shockwave, LANM had that predicted, and they turned that around so huge. That looked like a dead Doombringer to me, but he was able to stay alive just barely, and the epic skewer reverse polarity from Magnus gets them both kills for sure.
That regen on him is impossibly good. He's got a mech, he's got the heal boots passive, and he's doing quite well for himself in that regard, just being able to survive. That's the second time he's just managed to survive, get a Doom off, and leads the kill.
Yeah, it's really
LANM
working
gonna
out
go on
well.
mid.
He's just able to right-click here. Leshrek's got to throw the stun. It gets juked. The shockwave.
Oh, he's going to juke the shockwave.
Oh, losing out there. That was the rest of his mana as well, so he can't go for that one. Nice attempt, but Not able to get the lash. That was a pretty long-range shockwave. Those are not easy to land when you're about 400 units away, so... And he knew that if he didn't dodge the Split Earth anyways, he was going to miss it, so played it pretty safe and not able to survive it.
Meanwhile, though, Zhao Tuji just continuing to farm with that anti-mage, getting closer and closer to the battlefield, whereas Dro has just picks up his treads now. On the bright side, Luo is getting quite farmed. He's got a chainmail, 300 gold. I don't actually know if he has anything on the chicken, and mech.
Is he going blade mail? Or do you think he's going AC?
Maybe.
Maybe Medallion? Medallion's pretty good against anti-mage, because anti-mage, his weakness is physical damage, so it could be used against anti-mage. That would seem so weird. His item slots would fill up so fast. He actually has an Ironwood branch. Is he making a buckler?
Yeah.
There's no way. It's got to be. I think it's gonna be a blade mail. I would assume.
Why would he have a buckler? Wait, what? He's got a mech already.
You can have buckler and mech.
I know, but that
I don't necessarily think it's good.
That'd be the weirdest thing.
Just saying it's possible. I think bucklers. I love that item personally. I love finishing just a buckler because you can just cast the armor on everybody. Oh, it's actually setting up a gank on the bot lane. Rising Star sitting here. They've got Radiant Wards in position, and the Coddle knows how squishy his hero is, so he sits all the way behind the tier 2. So Illusion Rune being popped, Anti-Mage is going to pressure. They have 4 heroes down there, and can they shift over fast enough? Lanim's on the way. He's got a Skewer as well as a RP, so he could start things off. Actually, we see a disruption on the Coddle. Can he counter-initiate on this? And I love what Lanim did there. He just kind of showed up and stood there. That way they didn't go for it. Like, I just want to make sure, let you know that I'm here.
And Air trying to get aggressive, not being able to pull off too much. Keep it Light Blast, and Magnus Blast going to keep this off. And they do manage to save the tower. They push out 4 heroes, and then during the entire time, the Drow is able to just farm out. And it looks like they're actually going to get a tower of their own. Try to push against a Magnus and the Keeper of the Light takes forever.
Yeah, it's really tough. They actually give Icy the last hit here. He's level 6 just now, picking up his ulti. He actually doesn't have his aura just yet, but do they have any ranged heroes? They have like Coddle. Coddle's going to do some insane damage. Actually, we see an RP going on the Shadow Demon. Right clicks on him as well. He's going to screw him back. Shadow Demon gets picked off, and Lanam running for his life. His mana's pretty low, but I don't think the Mana Void will get him. There's a Doom actually going on top of Air. It's daytime as well, so he's really slow right now. And Power going on the Doom. He is so feeling good about himself right now. Picks off Air. Right clicks as well, and XDD running to slow and maybe kill, but they're not going to grab anybody. That was a really nice swing there, and the Doom at the perfect time. It's so good against Darkseer, man. Just stops the surge.
Farm-wise, this Darkseer is nothing. XDD has a Chainmail, 2 Ironwood branches, and he's not even close to the mech that the Doom is. So, I mean, Rattlesnake looked really bad in the beginning. All 3, well, mid was kind of even. Luo was definitely winning top, but their bottom lane was accomplishing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And Kabu's actually going to do the smart thing here and farm top, get levels, pick up, try to get a level 6.
More than level 4, so
I lose.
you can't.
That guy can flame me all he wants.
Yep. Thunderclap picked up by Doom. I'm sure he'll go for a better creep soon. I'm sure he'd love an Alpha Wolf actually.
Oh, and Lanm misses the skewer mid.
Did he try to bring back the Leshrac?
Yes, definitely. I don't think they'd be able to kill the Anti-Mage, who's really close to his Battle Fury, I'd imagine. 800 gold away from that Void Stone, which would complete his Battle Fury.
No, the Coddle's really doing very little for the Draw Ranger this game, but he's actually really good for the Doom, because Doom hasn't spent barely any money on mana items. Medallion gives you a little bit, as does the Magic Stick, of course, but it's just going to fill him up. He'll just run by. He can actually use the Clap if he wants. He's going to grab the Satyr again, actually, so he's not really happy with any of the other creeps he's gotten. Mud Golems, and what else do we have? More Satyrs and a Tornado creep. Probably none of which he wants. Maybe the movement speed creep would be good for him right now, but for now he's just going to go for the tanky build.
Really liking that Medallion pickup as well. In team fights, I mean, lower the armor, obviously, the obvious benefit, but it helps the Drow out quite a bit, who looks like she's going to go for Shadow Blade, picking up a Claymore. The nice thing about Drow is you don't really need that many items to be that good. And especially with that Medallion pickup, it helps Luo passively for most fights with the armor. And then on top of that, you give the Drow some damage potential.
Oh, the initiation on Air, actually, they're going to do the Clap, and right-click, level that to level 1. There's the Skewer in. Shadow Demon in a lot of trouble. He's getting really low. Pops the wand. RP on 2, grabs the Anti-Mage as well, so Shadow Demon ends up dying. Anti-Mage blinks away, blocked inside of his own trees. And this might allow them to take the tier 1. Air stays alive, so only one support hero going down. Can they grab this?
Rattlesnake's just going to push this out. Luo still does have his Doom and Mech, so they should actually be able to continue to fight. XDD going to get initiated off
Another great stun from the Nyx Assassin. They fall, but the Doom. Great deny from the Anti-Mage prevents some golden EXP from the opponents. But Rattlesnake's not done yet. They still have 5 heroes, and one of which is Drow Ranger. She does really good physical damage, so the tower damage... Tower's going to take a lot of damage, that is.
Difficult for Rising Stars to fight this. They don't actually have a way to burst down the Doom, so it should be that he can get his mech off every time. And they don't have enough burst to kill any of the other heroes as well. Their best bet at this point is for Zhao Tuji to just farm, split push, try to get something going. I'm so surprised right now the direction that this game's going, especially considering the tri-lane. 3 heroes got no levels or XP, and they're still able to fight, just because of that Doom actually.
He really has done a good job. I think it's honestly Doom, Magnus, and Nyx. Those are the 3 things. The Coddle delayed the game till Doom is able to pick up his mech as well as his Tranquil Boots, and then from there, I mean, they haven't lost a tower yet. It looked like the tier 1 tower was dead for sure, right? They had 4 heroes on top of it. They were right-clicking like crazy, but the Coddle shows up, delays the game enough to prevent Rising Stars from taking any gold equivalent to... I'm sorry, Rising Stars from taking any gold equivalent to what Rattlesnake was taking. And then from there, they just immediately push, because Anti-Mage, before he gets even Battle Fury, is honestly a pretty crap teamfight hero. He can't really do that much. So if they just like push and continue to take gold advantage from towers, it's going to put Rattlesnake in such a good spot.
And the Drows picked up quite a bit. 17 minutes Shadowblade, considering the farm he had in the beginning, that was absolutely terrible. But Icy given quite a bit of damage through that Empower. Lan M with that level 1 Empower. Lan M playing quite well this game. 4-0-2.
Wow.
He's hit most of his RPs.
And all good RPs as well. I mean, a lot of 2-man RPs. Picking off supports when they were solo as well. Luo's going to finish off the Roshan, starting things off. Medallion helps this go so much faster.
That's another benefit.
Yeah. And they are going to scale really well because of Empower, though. Doom doesn't have very much attack speed himself, but his base damage continues to go up quite well. Man, he is regenerating 40 HP per second right now. This is insane.
That's going to change soon, too, Kevin, once he gets his Shadowblade. Which he has.
Yeah, it does give him great attack speed. Attack speed items are so good on strength heroes that have low agi gain. Really leverages their, gives them a good damage output.
That means with the Medallion, just use it on a support hero and then run at them. Is he actually going to have to go back? Nope. Just 25 HP regen a second.
Coddle, Mech, and Tranquil Boots, he's going to be just fine, actually. They're coming in for the gank bot. Oh, this is in Biz Nyx Assassin. Here comes the first stun. Breaking in. Doom as well. It's going to slow him down. There's the mana drain. And, oh, man, the Skewer is going to land. That is such a good ganking combo with the Shadowblade up. I mean, well, he doesn't have the Shadowblade yet, but just throwing Nyx Assassin in, getting the stun set up to let him close the vision range and get the Doom off. As soon as he Dooms Anti-Mage, he dies, basically.
Did Kabu use his ult there? I mean, did he hit him with the ult?
No,
or did he just
not.
No, he just led with the stun. Good idea, because if you hit, there's a decent chance the Anti-Mage, if he's paying attention, obviously he will be because he's not watching anything else on the map, would just be able to blink out. But with that, Luo able to get the Doom off, and I don't mind them blowing that many ults off just for the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, me neither.
Rising Stars, their best bet at getting back into this game is for Anti-Mage to get some farm, kind of get unkillable, and then split push them to death.
They're skewering in 4-step. Actually, an RP on Air. They want to push him all the way back into the trees. Here comes the stun follow. Air is really low mana drained as well, and he does get picked off. So another kill going to them. And I mean, these are Rising Stars has a decent amount of early game with the Night Stalker, but he's never been able to do much of anything this game. He's 1 in 3. He's died so many times, and killing him right now, it's about to be nighttime, so this is going to cost him a little bit of farm potential, but they still have map control now because of this. And who knew that this Drow Ranger was going to do okay this game? I mean, she had so few last hits in her lane, but she's just had so much space from the rest of her team just kicking so much butt. It's going to allow her to transition really well into a right-click in the mid-game.
The best part about their lineup, too, is they have 2 tanky heroes in the front, with Luo, who's nearly unkillable this game. Lan M able to go in as well. With his BKB, she can just stand back and fire arrows.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
And that's really important because of the change to marksmanship. If an enemy hero is within 375 AoE, she loses that bonus, which is less bonus damage for her ranged allies. So it's pretty
acting as a
expensive.
buffer, essentially.
Yeah. And now Anti-Mage won't go on him. Luo takes some
another
damage. There's the
skewer
skewer back. Silence on Air. But a great wall, actually, is going to buy them some time. Spawning some illusions here.
But no way to initiate past the wall. So that's a defensive zoning wall. Just going to force them back.
Coddle Blast catches everybody here, shifting back towards the mid lane.
Mofi is going to get picked off now, too. 108 mana, 130 HP, and no TP. Definitely means a dead Leshrac here.
He's going to steal the double damage to spite Lan M, at the very least. Man, these supports really like running zigzags. It's great.
I mean, Mag's Shockwave isn't 100% So
That
as
is
long
true.
as you can kind of just do the figure 8 formation.
There's a chance he'll miss. Night Stalker going for BKB next. He's not quite sure where the enemies are at the moment, but Icy will take another Ancient Camp. He goes invisible. He's got an Aegis, so even if he gets caught out of position, he'll be fine. Doom is on the low ground. Man, so many Shadow Blades. Actually going to find him. There's the Doom on air. First slow, second slow. Drow Ranger, such a good counter towards the Night Stalker. 60% move speed reduction is so massive against that guy.
I like how he was 100% dead. The Doom was around him with 20 HP, and LANM goes for the KS Skewer. That's a blitz to move if I've ever seen one.
Anything for the extra gold farm. Luo is trying to take the tower now. It's down to half HP, and the Radiant team, it just looks like they can't get set up here. Rattlesnake is just absolutely crushing Rising Stars. Like, game 1 wasn't that close, but it was like kind of close. And this game is like completely different. It's not even looking big. There's great Vacuum Split Earth on them, but they're so farmed. 4 staff on Coddle, they get out Skewer as well. So, man, they're so far ahead right now.
That was the first time I've seen Luo use the mech in a fight like that, and they were perfectly fine. They, as in Rising Stars, have such a difficult time doing any sort of damage. Their anti-mage doesn't have too much farm. The Night Stalker, his effect has been diminished completely. The ganks just didn't do anything for him. Luo was able to survive both the early ones. Well, I mean, they did kill him once, but he did get the Darkseer rebuttal kill after that.
I think the biggest thing that I like about seeing Doom played here is just how reliable it is for him to get solo kills. I mean, not solo kills necessarily, but they can use their ability when it's up to just kill people. We see it out of Magnus all the time. It's generally the way Magnus is played. You just get levels and you grab RP, and then you make a decision. You say, I want to kill this hero. Use RP on him and he dies. And Doom can be used in a similar fashion. You jump on a hero like Anti-Mage, you just need one stun setup and you've got to kill him.
I'm loving the way LANM is playing this game too. Using the Skewer to set up offensive plays. And then on top of that, he is only hitting 1 or 2 man RPs, but they're fantastic initiates.
Yeah.
Just able to pick off one hero off the bat, and in a 4v5 situation, Rising Stars, no way they can fight.
Well, Anti-Mage picks up a Yasha as well as his Battle Fear. They're going to have to TP back to base. We might see the Anti-Mage do some counter pushing. He does have his TP scroll, and he will teleport back all the way back to the fountain to get some mana regen up. There's some damage on Lu, actually. First stun comes through on air, but the tower's going down. Skewer's actually going to whiff with the blink from LANM. Blinding Light as well, and another Vacuum is going to buy him some time, but they're just going to wait till the next creep wave, I'm sure, and they'll go high ground. Man, 40 HP per second. That is so crazy. Scorched Earth is good.
Is that how much it is with it?
Yeah, it's 30 HP per second on Scorched Earth for 16 seconds.
He's got 4.1k HP as well, and Mask and Madness picked up on Drone. Jiao2G is going to get doomed.
Great silence as well. More right clicks. The dagger, or I'm sorry, the ice arrow slows him down by
LANM
quite a
saves
bit.
his ult as well. He still does have RP.
He was thinking about going in, but he decided against another Vacuum by Luo. Actually, stunned Split Earth lands on him. There's the sound. Another slow bit of blinking by Kabu trying to stop everybody. Great double stun going in. Oh, here comes the setup. They get all the last of the heroes. The sounds as well on the Drow. That combo is so effective, and everybody's getting wiped. Rampage on this Drow Ranger has done virtually nothing all game, but when it matters, pulls the great silence off of the RP, and good game is called. That is it. Rattlesnake takes it in 24 minutes, one of the fastest games we've seen here in the Eastern qualifiers, and they knock Rising Stars out, and there will be no more confusion which team is on top.
Rampage! So the Drow does pick up the Rampage, but I have to give an absolute shout out to LANM. Did you see that play? He initially skewers in, walks in, realizes that the RP is not going to be ideal, cancels it, walks all the way back out. His team engages, and then he just waits half a second, gets the blink RP off on 3, and there's the fight.
Yeah, and even if they somehow didn't kill those heroes after the RP, the Drow silenced on top of it, and it just sets up the next 6 seconds of the team fight or so, or whatever the duration is. How are you supposed to fight against that? Once the RP lands on 3 heroes, if they get silenced, they're already stunned for 2 seconds, add more disable on top of that, fight's over. And their draft, it looks so weird, but it worked out so well. I was really surprised.
The Doom actually carried them through the mid game.
Yeah, he really did. With the weirdest items I've ever seen. Tranquil Boots mech with a medallion, like...
The mech isn't too far off what I see.
I agree with that.
But anyways, Doom picks up a win, another win, and does quite well against the Darkseer, in fact. Beating him CS, denying him a lot of farm, being nearly ungankable. I mean, I thought that the Darkseer would just have a free time against the Doom. Just because, I mean, you can Ion Shell yourself, skip the creeps, but he wasn't able to do that, and unable to set up for any kills around Night Stalker. What do you actually think about that matchup, Kurt, the Doom versus Darkseer one? I mean, he was helped by the fact that he had the Satyr's regen, but aside from that, I still think the Darkseer should have done slightly better.
from everything I've seen, I think Universe has actually tried that matchup because we were looking at it. I think the Darkseer wins pretty heavily, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Like Doom did get put a one-set region, which we actually never raided. And when I say tested it out, I mean we did it like twice.
And did you get the unholy aura? Yeah, the
Satyr actually really helps. But the thing is, Doom still has like 0 base armor or something ridiculously low. Darkseer kills the wave really quickly, and I don't think I saw the Darkseer pull the wave to the neutral creep so he could get a level advantage. No. I think that really helps in that 1v1 situation, especially against melee, because Darkseer can, when you're trying to apply pressure, it really helps if Darkseer can get level 3 when the Doom's only level 2, so that you can just have that level 2 ion when the Doom is unable to clear the creeps quick at all. Like, if Doom gets levels and he gets to a point where he can devour creeps in order to sort of make his tower finish off the creep wave faster so you can't dive him, then sure, he might do quite well. But I feel like Darkseer can still put on pressure before that.
Yeah, a team like Rattlesnake, I mean, they make these unconventional picks work. The Doombringer, also the Drow Ranger. Here it was an offensive tri lane, which had a slow start, but once we reached the 15 to 20 minute mark, Drow Rangers seemed to put out some huge DPS. So the Mask of Madness after the Shadow Blade, obviously attributing that one of the most cost-effective damage items in the game. Obviously, it makes it very squishy, but is there something? What's sort of the key to the Drow Ranger success, and why isn't this hero not really picked more?
I mean, typically she's sort of said to be weak in lane. Her carry potential is really good throughout the mid game, but it's not the best late game.
Yeah.
Just because of how her ulti works, late game is very hard to prevent anyone from getting nearby you.
Yeah.
Like eventually, like one of the carries will work their way beside you. This game, when I first looked at the draft, I was just like, whoa, it's Drow Ranger and you have one range hero with her? And that seems really weird, because usually when you see Drow Ranger, you'll have 3, 4, even 5 range heroes on the team, so that her aura can sort of give you that lane dominance. But if we actually look at their lineup, like, Doom has the potential to get the Alpha Wolf creep, or Pack Leader, or I never know what it's called. I always call Alpha Wolf aura. And then Mega's Drow and Power, which is pretty ridiculous because of how much agility her ulti gives, and she's hitting like a truck. There's actually just a post on Reddit that shows like Drow Ranger at level 6, no items, was just surrounded by like 4 hero auras, and she does like 300 or 400 damage, something ridiculous.
Wow.
So that hero can hit like
and
a
I think
truck.
the other thing here against an anti-mage is Frost Arrows. The way he skill built that, I think by level 7 he had at least 3 points in the Frost Arrows. It's a nice spell against the anti-mage. It slows his attack speed as well as his movement speed.
And Silence is generally just phenomenal against anti-mage until he gets a Manta Cell, which is really quite late. It's 11k into your item build usually.
Yeah, it's not something he was having anytime soon. Even with the great start Rising Stars had in the bottom lane, and from there Rattlesnake, well, they took what was one of the most convincing games of the playoffs, a 24-minute victory, a 2-0 victory at that. So they're going to be going on to versus Vici Gaming in our next match. So we're going to take a quick look at our schedule, our bracket as well. We do see here Vici Gaming are going to be meeting Rattlesnake, who have advanced. That's our next match coming up. Do you think Rattlesnake have what it takes to sort of take on a team like Vici Gaming?
I think that they definitely have a chance. I think that they're, from the games that we've seen, they look like they're just a step above Rising Stars, which is really what you need against a team like VG, because VG was pretty damn good in the games against LGD.
The one thing you're kind of talking about, how like the Darkseid should have done better with matchups, I feel like that's something that they're not going to get against Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming have sort of players in every position who will just play that next level up.
The thing is, all the Qualifier games, I've never actually seen Darkseer pull to the neutral creeps at the start. I've seen it once Darkseer's like level 5 once, where I can't remember who it was, but he pulled to a troll creep and then he got ganked by the Shadow Demon.
Okay.
I can't. Is the game with Shadow Demon had really good rotations and he was like level 5 really quickly. I'm sorry, I can't really remember it.
There's been a lot of games.
Yeah, there's been a ton of games.
We forgive you this time.
Yeah.
As long as you don't say anything mean about any of the players anymore.
No criticism.
Okay. Good. We're a criticism-free broadcast here on Beyond the Summit. Anyways, as said, the next match coming up is going to be Vici Gaming up against Rattlesnake. We're actually going to have a quick break because for the first time we've got a 2-0, a fairly fast 2-0. So looking at the time now, we've actually got about a 1-hour break before our next match. We'll be having some pre-game stuff in maybe about 30 to 40 minutes time. We'll play some filler content for you guys, but we're going to be taking a break now. When we come back, we'll have some pre-game show for that match, as well as some filler content, hopefully in the meantime. So guys, stay tuned. Our match coming up next is going to be the decider to see who joins LGD Gaming in the grand finals. It's going to be Vici Gaming or Rattlesnake.